What if every time you heard a bell ring you suddenly felt hungry? Sounds silly, right? But it's actually how our minds can learn to connect one thing to another. Today, we'll explore how our brains make links between all sorts of stuff, from tasty treats to school bells. Stick around to find out why the sound of your alarm clock can make you jump even when there's no real danger. Welcome back, everyone. In this video, we're talking about associative structures. That's just a fancy way of saying how our brains learn to connect ideas or events. Like how seeing a birthday cake can make you feel happy because you remember the fun times you've had celebrating. Do you have something that instantly makes you feel excited or hungry, like the smell of popcorn in a movie theater? Share with us in the comments. First up, let's learn some words we'll use in this topic. Unconditioned stimulus, US. Something that naturally makes you react. Think yummy food, no one has to teach you to like it. Unconditioned response, UR. The natural reaction you have. If the food is really delicious, you might start to drool or feel excited. Conditioned stimulus, CS. A new thing or sound that you learn to connect with the food, like a bell. Conditioned response, CR. The reaction you have after you learn the connection. So when you hear the bell you might start drooling or feeling hungry, even if the food isn't there, because your brain has linked them together. In a famous experiment, a scientist named Ivan Pavlov noticed that dogs could learn to drool at the sound of a bell if the bell always came right before dinner time. Over and over, the dog hears ring, then gets food. Eventually, just the ring makes the dog drool. The dog's brain said, aha, bell means dinner. That's called acquisition, the learning part, where the bell, conditioned stimulus, is paired with the food, unconditioned stimulus. But what if you keep ringing the bell and stop giving the dog food? After a while the dog realizes nothing yummy is coming and stops drooling. This is called extinction. But guess what? If you give it a break for a while and ring the bell again later, the dog might drool again for a short time. That's called spontaneous recovery, like the brain's little flashback to the old connection. Sometimes if a doorbell and a bell on a bicycle sound similar, the dog might drool to both. Generalization. It can't tell them apart yet. But if the dog learns that only the specific bell before dinner leads to food, it'll ignore other bell-like sounds. That's discrimination, knowing which sound matters and which doesn't. Isn't it cool how our brains can figure out what signals are important in the middle of all the sounds around us? How about you? Have you ever had a time when you heard something or saw something and expected a certain outcome? Like hearing an ice cream truck jingle and running outside because you know it means ice cream? Share in the comments below. So why do our brains do this? It's partly because we're always trying to predict what happens next. The brain says, wait, something surprising happened last time when I saw or heard this? We learn best when we're a little surprised, and that teaches us what to pay attention to. Some scientists say each time we see if our guess is correct, we adjust what we expect next time. We're basically little detectives, always looking for clues about what might happen, and that's how we grow and learn. This sort of learning is everywhere in our daily life. Therapies. People who are afraid of spiders can learn to feel less scared if they see spiders in a safe way, over and over. Marketing ads pair their products with happy music or funny jokes, so we feel good about what they're selling. Everyday associations. Smelling a certain perfume might remind you of your grandma's hugs. Your brain connected that smell with someone you love. Ever wonder why a particular song reminds you of summer camp? That's your brain's associative magic at work. Let us know your favorite example in the comments. We've seen how our brains link a bell to food, or a music jingle to ice cream trucks, through something called Pavlovian or classical conditioning. Next time, we'll explore operant conditioning, where it's all about rewards and consequences for our behavior. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more learning science. Remember, you're surrounded by all sorts of sounds, smells, and sights. Pay attention to what your brain is linking together, and you'll discover just how amazing learning can be.